You know, the industry is certainly picking back up. People are now realizing that they have to work a little harder to sell vehicles, and now people are genuinely taking care of their clients. Salespeople are genuinely taking care of their clients for the first time in a long time because they know how important it is to maintain that client, to have that client want to come back and work with the same person. And the only way you're going to do that these days is to know exactly where your client is in his current purchase at all times. And we can give you that. Let me tell you what's happening with the consumer, the end user, is they're being bombarded every day with these alternative ways to buy vehicles and trade your car in, or we'll give you this product, we'll do that for you. That when you can call a customer with a completely different direction and give them something that makes sense for them, they'll listen. You know, that's the answer. Is most of the customers out there, the end users, have no idea where they're at in their current purchase. Whether it's a release or a purchase, there are customers out there that still believe today that when you're in a lease, you have to stay in it till you've made your last payment. That's not the case anymore. There are customers out there who buy a vehicle and then 6 months later, 8 months later realize that, you know, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have bought that color. I should have bought it with these options. And they don't understand that in some cases, they've got the opportunity to go back to the dealership, change it, and get the vehicle they really want. Talk about a win-win. The dealer sells another vehicle, the customer gets exactly what they want, and the dealership gets one of the best trade-ins. It's a win-win, but you need that intelligent information before you make the call and tell them they can do that. You know, I never understood why salespeople were not doing this manually, because there's a lot of wasted time in a dealership. A lot of salespeople, and I was one of them, would go home at the end of the day having sold nothing and realized I just wasted the day. I should have stayed at home. And there's nothing more exciting for a salesman to know that he sold 1 or 2 cars that day. This tool would have made me the happiest salesman on the floor if I had it back in the days when I was selling. You know, I can tell you, I started in the business in 1985. One of the first things I bought was an old 8086 green screen computer and had a very basic program that allowed me to put the names of my clients when they bought the vehicle. I didn't come out of the automobile industry when I came to this country. I was an engineer, mechanical engineer in electronics. I didn't know any other way. I thought you had to take care of your clients after you sold them a vehicle. That's how you build up your clientele. It paid off 10 times. There are clients that I sold to 20, 30 years ago that I still remember today, that are still buying from me today. You know, the salesman who sells a car and doesn't know the name of the customer he sold it to a week later will not last in this business anymore. It's all about client retention. It's all about customer relationships. It's about referrals. You only get those when you take care of your client.